One of the frustrating things with real estate agents that I run into quite often is just a simple fact that there's competition out there, and there's more competition out there than the listing up the street or another listing in the neighborhood. A lot of the competition that's out there is new construction, and as you can see behind me, this is a huge neighborhood being built. Not far, of course, from where I'm at, but definitely in our market. So real estate agents get very frustrated on how they can compete with that. But the only thought that comes to their mind is, how can we compete having a listing of a pre-owned property? Or how can we compete with buyers that are dealing with incentives that are being offered by the builders? That's all part of the job. That's something you just need to learn. There's ways to compete, yes, but you don't need to be competing. You need to figure out how to be a part of that. How do you get in this loop? No, I'm not suggesting you go sit in a model all day long if that's not what you want to do. If you're in general real estate, I think you need to stick with that. But you need to figure out how to become a part of this community, how to build relationships with the people that are putting these type of projects together, how to be a part in a conversation and build a relationship with the agents that are sitting in these models. What you need to do is have that relationship built so that when you have a buyer client and you bring them, you have an upper end on doing some negotiating, and you already know what's being offered by the builder, and you know what incentives are out there, so that you can help sell the properties and not compete with it. If you're going to compete one builder against the other for incentives and use that as a tool back and forth. Lots of times there's not a lot of flexibility in doing that, but what there is the opportunity for you to be the knowledgeable person of what each builder is doing in each community that they're putting together. What's the advantage of that for you? Simple. When you're working with a buyer and they're going from one place to the other, you have the information in your hand of what works for your buyer in each community. You know about the community, you know about the houses, the price ranges, the incentives being offered by the builders. All these are important tools that makes you stand out. Again, you have to stand out to your client. As you stand out, you become the real estate agent that's more knowledgeable than anybody else. So don't concern yourself about being worried with how do you compete with new construction. Be concerned about with learning how you can be a part of new construction. If all you're doing is listing properties and the new construction frustrates you, change your focus just a little bit. Get out of what you're doing and find another way around how to work what's going on in your neighborhood. In my area, new construction absolutely dominates everything, and there's a good reason for that. In Greenville, South Carolina, it's one of the top 10 places to live right now. We're a manufacturing town, and things are all over the place on what's being constructed. And the job opportunities out here. We had an announcement that BMW is building a lithium plant. This is all part of the neighborhoods being built around this plant. They expect 4,000 homes. Why would I try to compete with that with a listing? I probably wouldn't turn down a listing, but I wouldn't want to be competing with this in the same way that most people are thinking. Instead, I would want to be a part of this community and see how I can get involved with moving some of these houses. What incentives are going to be offered by the developer, not just for the client. You'd be surprised how many incentives are offered for real estate agents by the developers. Things. Get involved in your community. Don't worry about competing with everything that's going on in your market. Learn how to use that to build your business. I hope this helps. It's always great when I can see somebody push like or a comment, push the subscribe button. All those things help me build my channel, help me build where I can continue to offer tools and things that are going to be helpful for you. And who knows, sooner or later I'm going to hit a tip on there that's going to work just for you. Have a great day.